Hey, what's happening is Len Davis with Pangelity Productions. I'm a filmmaker here in Seattle, Washington, and I'm in Northgate at the Party and Costume Supply store.
I have right here.
You have right there?
With my new friend Trent, who I just learned, among other things, not only does he have a severe depth of ninja-related references, but he used to work for Dionne Warwick.
Dionne Warwick's psychic friends, until LaToya Jackson bought him. Well, we didn't see that coming.
What was your role in the Psychic Friends Network?
Oh, hold on one second. Your total goes to $71.33. Is it debit or credit?
Credit.
All right, go right on ahead and slide it on through. My role was to answer the phone and read fake tarot cards for as long as possible.
Nice.
Tell me more about that experience.
For instance, someone would call and say, "Hey Trent, is it okay to kiss your cousin?" And I would say, "What part of Alabama are you from, child?" And they would answer, "The hot part." And so, then try sliding.
What decade was this?
In the 1990s, when Dionne Warwick and LaToya Jackson, never seen them in the same place at the same time. Some said they were the same person.
Where were you based at that point?
Right here in good old Seattle, right in the University District. That big, huge, weird, tall building where all the phone sales places are.
It was just like a cubicle office, or what?
Definitely a cubicle office, and they still wouldn't let me have holes in my jeans. Like anyone can see me over the phone. That wasn't a real psychic.
Did you ever meet Dionne Warwick?
Not personally, no. But, like the song says, deja vu.
So, I mean, what was the connection? Was she into tarot or psychicality, or?
I think she just didn't want to sell records anymore, so she just decided to open up a phone sales thing where you call them, and then it's like easier, you know, to take your money if they call you. And then, as your friend psychic, my job was to keep you on the phone as long as possible while you hunted for your keys and or lost animal.
Do you remember how much? What, like, were they charged by the minute?
Charged by the minute. It was usually $1.99 per minute, and then 99 cents per minute after that.
How long was an average call?
Average call, depending upon where they were from. So if they were elderly and from Florida, let's say like about average like 10-15 minutes, and mostly because that's why you call your mom. You call your mom, and the psychics don't call them back.
Wait, refresh my memory. I totally remember that as like a part of pop culture in the early '90s. Dionne Warwick's Psychic Friends Network.
Mm-hmm.
And why was that so memorable? Like, why do I remember that?
It was around the same time that Cher was selling hair products. And I mean, look at her now. She's got fabulous hair.
So how do you think that Dionne Warwick's Psychic Friends Network had the sort of cultural reach that it did?
I think maybe
the
because she was on television doing Solid Gold, so she like, you know, your top 40 songs
that was
before
like
your
Saturday
top
nights
10s.
at 7:30.
Mm-hmm. And so if she knew this song is definitely going to be #1 next week, well, yeah, of course, you know that. Then of course, you know, she's going to be a good psychic friend as well.
Do you remember any Dionne Warwick jams?
Deja vu. Ironically, deja vu. Could you be the dream that I once knew is you? That one. What was the other one? Something about finding love, and you know, Dionne Warwick. Yeah, she's got a great back catalog.
What other jobs have you held?
What other jobs have I down the list?
We're here at the Party Supply store.
Down the list. Let's see. I worked in a movie theater for a while. I worked for 15 years at Fred Meyer.
Did that have the same cultural sparkle?
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice. What's it like working here?
What is it like working here? Well, it's
where are we? What happens here, and what's it like working here?
Where are we? We're in the Northgate area in Seattle, and so here's what happens here. It's locally owned, family owned for the past like 50 years or so. Mom and pop generated, very small business, non-corporate, and very supportive of every local artist. We live in a town, Seattle, you know, where we do have a lot of like, you know, entertainers, dancers, drag queens, the whole 9 yards. And so we accommodate to them, and of course to you as well.
Nice. Can you show me some of your favorite things in the store?
Some of my favorite things in the store? Follow me.
Trent is showing us some of his favorite things in the store.
For instance, you always thought emojis couldn't talk.
That was a fart noise?
I hope.
My son's not going to leave the store.
Here's my favorite thing in the store. What is it, you ask? It's a magic bubble wand. What does it do? Well, it's like push broom or toothbrush. Magic bubble wand. It lights up and it sings a song from Aqua, that crazy band from the 90s. And wait a minute. There we go. If your kids don't feel like bathing, you just send them outside with one of these things for a half hour.
What do you think about that, Sue? What else you got?
What else do I got? Follow me.
Who's your favorite stand-up cardboard cutout in the store?
My favorite one? Well, you can't go wrong with Marilyn. Because she'll never look that good again. Well, I mean, not today. These are one of my favorite things. Let's say that you want your own Batmobile, but you just don't have Bruce Wayne's money in the garage. That, and then...
I have a car. I have a
Whoa,
car.
look at that, Zoo.
Look at that, isn't that awesome?
That is trippy.
Spider-Man is pretty cool too, because I like, who doesn't like Spider-Man? Even though I am more of a Batman fanatic, I do appreciate the new superhero cutouts.
I have a car, one of those at my house.
Yep.
Nice. So
That's
tell me a little
cool.
bit I mean, this is not your average costume in party supply store.
Here you go.
Tell me a little bit more about what makes it unique, because I didn't know it was family owned. It is like a Seattle institution.
Yeah,
this
it's a
place, right?
Seattle institution. I mean, people complain about gentrification left and right, and thank goodness, like we're still here.
You guys could be protected under that new Seattle City ordinance of landmark businesses that need the community support to resist the need to sell out because the prices are too high.
Exactly. I think that would be like a good thing. That's also why we get to do things on the weekends, like close earlier and, you know, do things like that, because we don't have a big corporation to answer to most of the time, or any of the time.
Nice.
And I do. I love it. For instance,
Show me some of the more obscure things in here. This stuff that you showed me is great, but I'm sure there's got to be some
There's gotta be
greater
something
depth
really
to the
wacky.
collection here.
For instance, let's say that you need a nativity scene. Now, there you go. They're big, they're gold, they're bold. Here's the costume department. You'll find plenty of good things like
What
this
is
guy
that,
here.
walrus outfit /
Yeah,
bunny rabbit?
it is. Is it Paul or John? We don't know. But he is the walrus, Cuckoo. One of my favorite things in the animal collection, we do have like gorillas that have like, you know, very appropriate chests. What are you doing?
Appropriately hairy or what?
Appropriately unhairy chests, which are really funny. So if you're looking for the closest to anatomically correct gorilla,
Anatomically correct.
That looks like for little kids than me, right?
ta-da!
Look at this gorilla chest.
Isn't that awesome? And of course, he's got like a big head in there too, so it's really great. This one, not so much. That's more of like a Burt Reynolds gorilla.
This is like a full
It's like
silver
an
streak.
oxymoron. Right?
I need a gorilla costume when it's the truth.
Right?
Can you wait
Isn't
one
This
it
is
the
ways
West
for
costume?
smaller kids for me, right?
That is.
Mm-hmm.
Smaller.
The Adam West number for kids is one of my favorite things too.
How much is the gorilla costume? I think I might
The
need one
gorilla
of those.
costume, depending on which gorilla that you want to be.
Are they all?
For instance, the Sasquatch, the Bigfoot one, is $99.99, but that is an investment. You get hands, face, feet with
Nice.
it. You can even be the gorilla bunny, should you need to, for $96.99. Just switch the heads if you have more than one animal costume. What the heck is that?
That's that.
This is
What?
those
That's
giant
like-
blow-up T-Rexes that are taking YouTube by storm.
By storm. I see those things everywhere.
Exactly. So you can get a couple of these and go out in the Walmart parking lot and have yourself a
blow it
weekend.
up?
It has an air pump that comes with it that attaches to this, and it keeps the suit inflated.
Built-in air pump. Wow.
Mm-hmm. And so let's see, your cheaper gorilla costume, like your lower grade one,
That's just
going to be at $79,
Such a
$80.
limited chest.
Yep. And then this one, the deluxe one, is 20% off right now. It's missing its face. Who took the monkey face? And then it's going to be $165, but 20% off.
165 bucks.
Yeah, not too bad.
Maybe after we make this video, I can get a discount.
Right? Sure. And then, of course, my favorite thing, if you're not into dress up, you're into makeup. Hi, Will.
Wait, over here, love.
There's something
We have tons and tons, literally metric tons of stage makeup, which is great for school plays, which is great for Fifth Avenue Theater. Hey, you know what? If it was good enough for Joan Crawford and Betty Davis, Ben Nye, it's good enough for me.
What about 6-year-old birthday parties?
Definitely. We have that too. So something that's on a little bit less expensive price range, let's say. Your face crayons, like these guys here, glow in the dark body paint. Yeah.
Nice.
And then these guys down here, like the Snazaroos and the glitter tattoos, they come with stencils. And if you're not sure what to do and you don't want to listen to me on how to put on your makeup, you can get an instructional video for 5-minute faces.
Nice.
Anything
Trent,
else?
this seems like you landed in the right place in this job.
I kind of did. I was always told, from church choir, he's too loud, or at the grocery store, he's too loud. But here, I'm just the right volume.
Nice. Anything else you'd like to share?
On what?
Anything else you'd like to share before we wrap up here?
Nothing I can think of. I hope you guys had a good time.
We had an unexpectedly wonderful time. We went up to the Crest to see a movie and it was sold out, and this is where we ended up with his birthday party a couple weeks out, and I think it was the perfect
Because there
activity
was
in the
no more
meantime.
seats.
Oh, what? Well, you know what? I think we can remedy that. Would you like a free balloon?
Free balloons? You think we can do
come
that?
with me.
Sweet. So it's Len Davis with Pangelati Productions. I'm a Seattle-based filmmaker. We're here at
Party at Display and Costume in Seattle, Washington.
with Trent, the former Dionne Warwick Psychic Friends Network employee until LaToya Jackson purchased it and took it in another direction. And we're on our way to the balloon department
So that's okay. Thank you. Okay.
to finish things up. I'm so glad we stumbled upon this. Trent, thank you so much, my friend.
My pleasure. Come in
Great.
and see us any old time.
I look forward to coming back. Stay fresh, y'all.